Welcome back, Shadow Seekers. Tonight's story isn't your usual haunting. No ghosts, no curses, no demons lurking in the dark. This one is stranger. Hey everyone, I'm Lee.
And I'm B. This is one of those stories that makes you question what the human mind is capable of. It's about a city that lost control, not through war or disease, but through dance.
That's right. The year was 1518 in Strasbourg. That's now modern day France, when hundreds of people started dancing in the streets. Not for joy, not for celebration. They danced because they couldn't stop.
People called it the Dancing Plague, but later it earned an even more chilling name, the Night of the Dancing Corpse. And honestly, once you hear what happened, that title makes sense.
So light a candle, settle in, and maybe don't start tapping your foot.
Because tonight, we're stepping into one of history's most haunting mysteries.
It began in the middle of a brutally hot summer. The air in Strasbourg was heavy with the smell of sweat and bread, and the city was on edge. Famine, disease, fear of witchcraft. People were starving and praying, desperate for signs of mercy. And then one morning, a woman named Frau Trophia stepped out into the street. Without warning, she began to dance.
Witnesses said she moved in silence. No music, no rhythm, just wild, frantic motion. People thought maybe she'd gone mad, but she didn't stop. Not for an hour, not for a night. She danced for days.
Her feet were raw and bleeding, but her body wouldn't rest. And then something even stranger happened. People started joining her.
One by one, more citizens fell into the same uncontrollable rhythm. Within a week, dozens were dancing in the streets. By the end of the month, hundreds.
It's hard to imagine what that must have looked like. A city square full of people moving in agony, some laughing, some crying, unable to stop themselves.
There are even reports of people collapsing and dying right there in the streets from exhaustion, heart failure, or stroke. Some chroniclers claimed as many as 15 people died per day. It's like something out of a nightmare.
And what did the city do? Well, they tried to help, but in the strangest way possible. They thought the cure for too much dancing was more dancing.
They actually hired musicians, cleared open spaces, and encouraged the dancers to keep going, believing they'd dance the sickness out.
Which is a terrible plan. If you've ever tried to dance for more than, 2 songs?
I have.
I have. It's not that bad.
It's not that hard.
Exactly.
When you
I
in the
mean,
club
how long is a song? Like maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Exactly.
or 5, I mean, if you're in the
Yeah,
club,
depending, yeah.
they don't even
5
stop songs. It just
remixes.
rolls into the
Exactly.
next.
Give me a bottle of water, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, these people were moving for days. It wasn't joy, it was torment. The victims' movements were described as spasmodic, with many convulsions, and their bodies were left drenched in sweat. Their arms would thrash violently, and some noted that their eyes were vacant and expressionless.
Eventually, the city realized this wasn't working. More people were joining in, and the panic was spreading. By late summer, Strasbourg was consumed by this strange, deadly dance. Blood would pool into their swollen feet, and they would eventually bleed into their shoes. The council was forced to ban public dancing. So, what was it?
Historians have tried to explain it for centuries. One theory points to ergot poisoning, a fungus that grows on damp rye and can cause hallucinations and muscle spasms.
It's the same fungus people think might have caused the hallucinations during the Salem witch trials. It's basically a natural LSD.
But the problem is, ergot usually causes seizures and convulsions, not coordinated dancing. It doesn't explain why people were in sync or why it spread by sight.
So, another theory says it was a mass hysteria, a psychological outbreak caused by stress, trauma, and fear.
And that makes sense. Strasbourg was starving, disease was rampant, religion and superstition was everywhere. Maybe their minds simply broke.
Like collective trauma manifesting physically.
Exactly. It's kind of poetic if you think about it. The body expressing what the soul couldn't.
And then there's the third theory, the one that creeps under your skin a little more.
Oh, you're talking about the St. Vitus curse.
Yeah. Saint Vitus was the patron saint of dancers and, ironically, those suffering from nervous disorders. People believed these dancers had angered him, and this was divine punishment.
So they gathered the afflicted, marched them to a shrine of Saint Vitus, and prayed over them. And after that, the dancing stopped.
That's either faith working its miracle or an eerie coincidence.
But the story doesn't end there. Some witnesses later claimed they saw the dead among the dancers, pale faces swaying alongside the living.
That kind of reminds me of Sinners.
Hmm.
Hence the name, The Night of the Dancing Corpse. That image gives me chills. Hundreds of figures in the moonlight, bodies jerking to music only they could hear.
It's haunting, isn't it? Whether it was hallucination, hysteria, or something supernatural, that night became legend.
And the strangest thing, this wasn't the first time it happened, or the last. Similar outbreaks had occurred across Europe before. This was just the biggest, estimating 400 victims. Kolbeck, Germany, in 1021, the earliest recorded, though possibly apocryphal, dancing plague reportedly occurred here. Erfurt, Germany, in 1247, a documented case of a fatal dancing mania outbreak. Bridge at the river of Meuse, approximately 200 people began dancing on a bridge, which led to its collapse. Many of the survivors were said to be cursed after praying at a nearby chapel dedicated to Saint Vitus.
Aachen, Germany, 1374, one of the largest outbreaks began here, with victims dancing for hours until collapsing from exhaustion. The mania, also called St. John's Dance, spread to other parts of Europe, including Belgium and the Netherlands. Trier, Germany, 1467, another notable instance of fatal dancing mania. Basel, Switzerland, 1536, an outbreak involved a group of children.
And finally, southern Italy, 15th to 17th century, prevalent particularly in the city of Taranto. This phenomenon involved an irresistible urge to dance. It was believed to be caused by the bite of a wolf spider, with dancing accompanied by music thought to be the only cure. The cure ritual is thought to have inspired the folk dance known as the Trencherella.
After it ended, the city never spoke of it again. It just vanished from their records, almost like they wanted to erase the memory.
Wouldn't you? A whole city watching itself fall apart in such a bizarre way is the kind of thing that leaves scars on a collective soul.
Maybe that's the real horror here. Not the dancing itself, but what it says about how fragile the human mind can be.
It's a reminder that fear spreads faster than any disease, that sometimes we don't need ghosts or curses to haunt us, we do that ourselves.
That's true.
When it was talking about wolf spiders, so that's kind of creepy. Wolf spiders are rampant here in Ohio.
Oh,
'Cause I
yeah?
couldn't understand when, like, we first moved here, I would be cleaning every week, and every week I cleaned, there would be a new spider web
Hmm.
and, like, these, to me, big spiders. And I'm like, "What the heck is going on?" And then, like, literally a couple days after I brought it up to Tony, I was like, "Yo, there's spider webs everywhere in this house, and they every time I remove one just pops right back up." Some guy knocked on the door, and he was, like, offering extermination for wolf spiders. And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's wolf spider season." I'm like, "I don't know what that means, but give me your card and we'll call you back." And we did. We ended up getting it. But it's wolf spider season here is crazy because it's not just in your house. I would walk outside and in the morning and you see the morning dew, they cover your whole lawn in a thin sheet of web. Like,
Wow.
your whole lawn is just in wet. We used to walk the neighborhood because walking our neighborhood would be, like, 2 miles,
Mhm.
and when you walk past a tree, you would have to walk with your hand in front of you because you would walk through a web, and it used to, like, I used to flip out. No,
I'm sure.
I don't want no web touching me. Ugh. So, I was like, "What the heck is up with the spiders here? They really trying to get you. They really trying to kill you."
Hmm.
So saying that, like a wolf spider, but they're not venomous. That's the thing, they're not venomous. If a wolf spider bites you, I don't think it's anything serious. So for them to say this phenomenon is caused by a wolf spider bite,
Hmm.
I would think then over here in Ohio, people would be afflicted like crazy,
Yeah.
unless it's a whole other type of wolf spider, but I was like,
Can you
"Ooh, don't."
imagine your whole block dancing around for no music, no nothing?
My
You think
thing
it's a
is,
block party?
I'm like, "Oh, wait, where's the
It
music?"
yeah, no,
No,
it's that silent party where you have headphones on.
that's my thing. Cause I saw a video the other day, and they were like, "What a silent rave sounds like," and all you hear was like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's, like, no music, and one guy took his headphones off, and he's looking and then dying, and I was like, "If I saw that, I would think y'all were all on drugs,"
Mhm.
because I'd be like, "It's weird."
But actually, that's good, people that wanna sit down and have a conversation, they don't have to scream in each other's ears just to hear each other.
My thing is, are they all listening to the same song?
I think so. I think so. I think
Ah,
they are.
it's
If you're
so
in the same place, and I think there's probably a DJ, and it's probably all the headphones are connected, and then after we start talking finish talking, we'll be like, "Oh, let's go dance." Put our headphones on and just start jamming to the beat.
I can't. But then I was like, my theory was, why didn't they just tackle her? Tackle
Yeah.
her, knock her out,
Well, they didn't understand what's happening, so they're
but
probably
still, to keep
confused.
letting her go at it. Or once you see more people, I don't know, my first thought after a couple hours would be like, "Okay, she needs to be tied down," because her feet are bloody.
Oh,
Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, your feet are bloody.
Once you see that she's actually in pain or
Yeah,
suffering, you have to stop her.
like,
But I don't think when people started joining her, probably there was she wasn't suffering yet
well,
for
I
someone to think to stop her.
I think she was already dancing for, like, 24 hours. I think after 24 hours of somebody continually moving, no sleep, not eating, no
Mhm,
bathroom, no water, she needs to be drugged. Oh, I don't know, this was way back then, she needed to be tackled and tied down. Like, it's also crazy that then they prayed over these people and they instantly stopped.
mhm.
I don't know if I believe that or not, and if it's true, why didn't y'all pray sooner? Because that's crazy. I think I would've prayed sooner. I think I would've thought they were zombies. What made? Because they were saying they were dancing, but they made it seem like she was, like, basically just frailing her body around,
Mhm.
and I'm like, "So that's not really dancing. That looks like to me like she probably was having a seizure standing up." And then they were talking about how they were all dancing in sync. That's what I don't get. How were they in sync?
Yeah, because if the dancing was spasmodic and
Yeah.
you're flaying your arms around and everything, is everybody doing the same
Same
thing?
e Yeah.
That's the only
So
way it can be in sync if everybody's doing the
so they're
same
all
moves.
having the same exact spasm at the same
Yeah,
exact time?
yeah.
So, like, say I
That's
start
insane.
dancing first, and then you start dancing after me, are you waiting for me to get to a certain like a
Yeah,
ripple?
so when you do your arms, that's when I start, with my arms. So I was looking around and I came upon the Reddit about, this story, and then someone said that it sounds very familiar to the Swedish legend of the Hargalatan, the Hargatun. So according to the legend, the devil himself came disguised as a fiddler and lured the local youth into dancing. Once the tune began, they couldn't stop. They danced out of the village, across the fields, and up the mountain, Hargabret. I think that's how you say it. Their feet wearing down to bones as they kept dancing until they collapsed dead. So maybe Satan played this tune in Strasbourg as well. There are
There was
legends.
Yeah, there was an outbreak in Switzerland in 1536, but that was children.
Yeah, and then, someone said that there are a lot of fae legends about mortals dancing until they die from fae music or fiddles.
Mm, okay, I can imagine that.
And then, a mythical forest man in West Ukrainian legends that sometimes makes people dance with him until they wear through their shoes or pass out or even die. He's not the devil though, just kind of a spirit guy, maybe like a elemental spirit or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, because a forest mythical forest man.
Well, all these happen in, like, the same area,
Mhm.
like, within, like, a section of Europe, which was, like, Germany, Switzerland, Italy. It was all there. It wasn't nowhere else.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what they was eating or drinking
A lot of people say that
or
the only
smoking.
thing that makes sense is mass hysteria, where you're so stressed or maybe frightened of what you're seeing that your mind is displaying the same exact thing that it's seeing.
I
So
can't
I'm thinking like that's how it everybody's in sync. But like an uncontrollable. It's not like
but, that doesn't make any sense to me because what would freak me out might not freak you out.
yeah.
So it's like I still don't get it. To me, like, okay, mass hysteria, like, say, like, a big giant creature or, like, what's that movie, where there's no talking?
Love silent movies?
It's not a silent movie, but, like, The Quiet Place. Like,
Okay.
okay, like The Quiet Place where you see these big, giant, scary ass creatures, and now we're all seeing the same exact thing. So we're all going into, like, a to me, okay, that's mass hysteria, like, we're all freaking out at the same exact thing because now we know our lives are in danger and we're trying to get away.
Yeah, that's one part of mass
But
hysteria, but the
why
other part is the mental part.
oh,
So, you see it and your brain just
fracture?
physically makes you do the same thing, and you have no control of your mind or your movements, it's just happening.
I guess I don't understand that. I guess I can't because I can, like, see people that's like okay, that's like saying if you went down to, to Philly and you went under the L and you saw the zombies, that me seeing them zombies is gonna cause me to act like a zombie too,
Yeah, depending on how your brain works.
because there's a lot of zombies
Because
over
even
there.
though 400 people did this, I'm sure not everybody did. So some people didn't fall into the mass hysteria. Let's say that was the cause.
Yeah.
Not everybody fell into it, but some people did, maybe more sensitive people or people that couldn't deal with, like, traumatic events or maybe people that had already had traumatic events happen to them. And another theory is that people actually started joining her on like, by themselves, like, trying
Mm.
to, I guess, maybe thinking that it would stop her if people joined, but to me, that doesn't make sense because if you joined her out of your own will, why couldn't you stop after a while? Why did it get to a point where you are dropping dead or your feet are bleeding or you are, dehydrated? If
That's
I joined in my own will, I could stop,
yeah.
but they couldn't stop. That was the thing.
But I also don't understand, okay, she's doing this, I don't know, maybe you see her and you think she's crazy, and you're like, "I don't wanna mess with her. That's her problem." But when you start seeing, like, every day, more and more people are joining in, I think by, like, day 3, I'm like, "Okay, we got an issue. Maybe we need to, like, weigh these people down. Maybe we need to put these people to sleep. We gotta do something to make them stop because it's probably contagious." I probably wouldn't leave my house. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
but this is the 1500s. That was a long time ago. Like,
you're right.
it was
You're
I can't
right.
even imagine what the 1500s even looked like
No,
and
I
how
don't
people
know.
even thought, like I mean, their first instinct was to play music for them.
Yeah,
You
you're
know what I
right.
mean? It wasn't to pray or it wasn't to get a medical advisor to come in or even, like, strap them down and be like, "Hey, are you okay?" The first thing is, "Let's get musicians here and play a tune for them."
To see if that'll make them stop. They just
Yeah.
want music.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, this kinda sounds fun. Yo, play a beat." And then they start
Hot
playing a beat.
mess. Such a hot mess.
So it's like 1500, like, think with the mentality of being in the 1500.
I guess, and then the last one was, like, I think they were all well, some were in the 13s, some were way before that, but I think, yeah, the last one was, like, it says 15th to 17th century, but I don't know. I'm like, if we saw that today, oh, what is that? A flash mob.
Ah, yeah. Can you imagine a flash mob that
Flash
doesn't
mob.
stop dancing for days?
And they were like, "Wait a minute.
Something's wrong
I
here.
don't think it's a flash mob anymore." Did you
That's when the SWAT team is gonna come in and get these people on the floor.
could you imagine? That's like that is so funny because 'cause we're just like, "Oh, it's just a flash mob," and we just keep going, and it's the next day and you're like, "Oh, damn, are they here
No,
again?
we wouldn't keep it going. We would take our phones and put it on our TikToks like, "Yo,
Flash
this is what's
mob."
going on in my street."
I know, but then you will leave, right? And then you'll come the next day and be like, "Are they back again?" Not realizing, no, they never left.
Day 2, flash mob. People are gonna just be recording it.
Yeah. That's so sad.
It is.
That's crazy. This isn't funny. This is sad.
It's not funny, but We have dark humor.
Imagining it though, it's like, "Ooh, y'all kinda
Mhm.
y'all look crazy." But then I'm like, it's sad though.
Yeah, we have dark humor on this podcast, so sometimes we laugh when it's not funny, but it's not because it's funny. It's because our humors are fucked up.
I was gonna say, but it is funny. What are you talking about? Just don't just don't judge me. I don't wanna hear nothing in the comments.
Yeah,
I can't
right?
believe you are laughing at this. Listen,
We're thinking of it with our brains today.
yes, that's my
That's
problem.
why it makes us laugh,
That's
because if our brains were at that time, we'll
oh,
probably be
yeah, yeah, yeah.
scared, like, "What is happening?"
That's
And
why I'm
imagine
like,
your parents joining this freaking flash mob, like, you're just like, "Mom, Dad, what are you doing?"
'cause yeah, I'm trying to think of it today, and I'm thinking like, "Oh,
Yeah,
are
right?
y'all trying to film a TikTok? What's going on? What are we
Exactly.
doing? What is
Like,
this
"Yo, do
dance?"
they got headphones? They got the new shit that you can't see?"
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, kind of think logically, like, why didn't people just tackle these people to the ground and be like, "Stop dancing"?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you're like, "Well, it was the 1500s, they weren't thinking that." I'm like,
Because once you tackle them and they're still like, being spasmodic, you'll be thinking that they're having a seizure.
"But yeah, but still, at least they'll be laying down."
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Once people started dying, like, what were y'all doing? I can't, because 'cause I'm thinking like, today? No, this wouldn't have flied. Back
Mm-mm.
then, I don't know what y'all were on. How come
Mm-mm.
y'all weren't praying after, like, 3 days? There should have been a mass
Why
prayer
didn't they pray first?
there should have been a mass prayer circle
Exactly, all around them. Why didn't they
all
pray
around them.
first, and if it didn't work, then bring the musicians in afterwards? Like, it was so backwards.
Now, when I saw that, I was like, "That makes no damn sense. They're dancing, so let's get them some music, cause so they could dance more?"
Yeah, clear space, everybody move, give them some room.
It ain't making no sense.
It reminds me of, like, square dancing where everybody's doing the same thing in, like, a big circle, you know what I mean? With the fiddles and the music and stuff.
Is that square dancing?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yes, square
square
dancing, yes.
dancing,
I'm not
yeah.
like, you said square dance, my brain said line dance.
Yeah.
Not the same thing. All right, let's pull a tarot card to close the night. Tonight's card is Eight of Wands, upright, movement, fast-paced change, action, alignment, air travel.
Movement. Oh, it goes with our story.
I was thinking like air travel on vacation, and you talking about oh, the Eight of Wands upright says the struggles of the Seven of Wands have now all but cleared, and you have the freedom and space to move forward with your plans. Once again, this eight is a dynamic card containing a high level of energy that propels you forward to reach your goals at a much faster pace and even better than before. You can expect to be very busy, but this is one of those good busy periods during which you are enthusiastic about the progress you are making. The Eight of Wands encourages you to go with the flow. Don't resist it. Everything is moving fast right now. So make the most of this forward momentum to manifest your goals and dreams. Allow the energy of the universe to flow through you and propel you closer to your goal. Try to slow things down because you're not ready or you're fearful about the unknown will just waste this opportunity. Use the energy instead to fuel positive change and produce significant results. That's it. So I started Weight Watchers and I got my medicine on Friday. But now I gotta like create this whole thing because my ADHD paralysis is out of control. So I'm like, I need a structure and I need routine. So I was like, I need to go like Monday. I was thinking like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday to like a coffee shop. I was gonna say the library, but the library don't open till 10. And that's too late for me. I'm trying to be out my house by like 7, 8 o'clock. Be back by 10. So I was like a coffee shop, work on my little laptop on the business, come home, do my little workout, clean for an hour, and then I have the rest of my day done. Because when I work from home, it takes me longer because I'm distracted by everything. And then also I'm in the comfort of my own home. So I get tired or sleepy so fast that I have to keep taking breaks. Or I feel like if I'm in like a bustling coffee shop, I'd be like, oh, I got it. It might be delusional, but it's
Now
what
you
I'm.
gotta find a bustling coffee shop because you can't go to a quiet one.
No, it can't be
Or
quiet.
like Starbucks.
No,
That's bustling all the time.
I ain't, no, like local coffee shops.
So, what do you think, shadow seekers? Was it poison, hysteria, or something beyond explanation?
We want to hear your thoughts. You can find Shadow Keepers wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple, and everywhere else the darkness lingers.
If you liked tonight's episode, leave us a review, share it with a friend, and keep spreading the shadows.
Next week, we'll open another door into the strange and unexplainable. So until then, keep your candles lit.
And your shadows close. Remember, stay vigilant, stay awake, stay aware of the shadows that follow, because not all shadows are harmless.
Bye.
Bye.
Confused me. I was like,
I know, me too. And then when you took a pause, I'm like, okay, I'll do it.